A freaking American. Concrete zebra.
Now this one is gonna be shocking.
No emotion.
You are bonded property. A slave is bonded or bounded, same word, same root. Bonded, bounded, binded, same root, same word. Spanish has succeeded in stripping the island of all its gold. We know that because we know that Columbus, after 6 years in this region, went back to Spain with so much gold that the price of gold collapsed in Europe, and suddenly gold was worthless. So the British couldn't rely on gold. Spanish took all of that. This island had two things that were more valuable than the gold. This island had agriculture, and it had black people. And so the British figured out the system in which they could use both of those resources to their advantage.
GoldMask on a black man. Don't ask me any questions. Put your hands behind your back so I can shoot you. That dab hit was like a drug jab. I have a black mom and a black dad. I wish we was at my crib so I could tell you to get the fuck out. Would you like to do some cocaine and become best friends? My girlfriend just gave me the worst day. White people say birthday, black people say birthday. I wanna finger fuck you under the table at Red Lobster. My mask makes me into the man I've always wanted to be. If you think I'm weird, you suffer from virtual insanity. If your curfew is over, the police will kill you. If I get arrested tonight, you better film it, Chris. Don't be a pussy.
This is the beginning of what you know as stocks and bonds. What was the stock? Your ancestors. Livestock, cattle, chattel. That's why they used to literally brand the slaves with a hot iron, just like they did their cows. So that was a stock.
I wanna get a tattoo of my slave name because my new name is NoEmotion X. Let's play fetch and throw a frisbee. I got exposed by Ashley Madison. If you caught your husband on that shit, don't be mad at him. Just suck his dick better, or learn how to cook better, or learn how to look better. I'm so sure I was just confused. I just got paid. I'm buying beer, blunts, and cigarettes. I was expensive during the slave trade.
Was the certificate of ownership. So I, Ramian Reynolds, would be a stock. And the piece of paper that says that Mr. Reynolds owns me would be my bond. So the bond is varied in value, right? The buying, selling, and trading of these bonds is what became known as the stock exchange. Like New York Stock Exchange, like London Stock Exchange, which by the way was founded in 1678. So we know it was right there in the slavery days.
I wanna be free and be treated like a human being. My car smells like beer, mangoes, and misery. Eventually I will not be so poor. You're not my friend anymore. Donald Trump has touched the hearts of America. He wants to build a wall, just like Game of Thrones. You can't be a germophobic and still use your cell phone. I travel to success at my own speed. Being black in America is all I need.
Racism. We are not cured of it. Clearly, and it's not just a matter of it not being polite to say nigger in public. That's not the measure of whether racism still exists or not.
Mr. O'Connor.
What is your real name?
Malcolm X.
Is that your legal name?
As far as I'm concerned, it's my legal name.
Have you been to court to establish this?
I didn't have to go to court to be called Murphy or Jones or Smith. Excuse me,
very,
grant me
very,
this way.
That's
If
all right.
a Chinese person were to say his name was Patrick Murphy, you would look at him like he's insane, because Murphy is an Irish name, a European name, or the name that has a Caucasian or white background.
Do you have any suggestions to suppress my depression? My digestive system needs a doctor and I don't have insurance. My parents both say my mind is messed up. I wonder whose fault that is. My mom didn't give me a normal name of a black kid. I'm changing my name so I could never get a job. I'm giving up trying to get blogs to talk about me. I will succeed with only 100 fans. My family and friends act like I'm just a normal nigga. But soon as my success gets bigger, they'll want a free ride and a paycheck. Magic Johnson is the only reason I have safe sex. I give women great sex because I have a Magic Johnson. I wanna watch that TV show Malcolm X in the middle. Let me rest a little, I have to go to work at 6 in the morning. I will never mourn the life that I will leave behind. When I wanna work, I just take a nap and then it goes away. My motto is find a way, make a way, or somebody else will do it. Try to prove it to yourself instead of your Instagram followers. My name is NoEmotion, this is Concrete Zebra, follow us. In money we trust that God will lead us to the promised land. I know I promised you land, but how about an apartment on the 3rd floor with a broken elevator? The government is the creator of all of my haters. I can't pay my rent, do you think I could sleep on your couch? Oscar the Grouch moved out of a trash can and into a recycling bin. I've been doing this for a few years, I deserve more. But I don't know the answer when people say you deserve more of what? Daydreaming after buying a lotto ticket. We're humans, what's the difference?
And if it doesn't look proper for a person who is yellow or Chinese to be walking around named Murphy or Jones or Johnson or Bunch or Powell, I think it would be just as improper for a black person or the so-called Negro in this country, as we're taught by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, to walk around with these names. And therefore he teaches us that during slavery, the same slave master who owned us put his last name on us to denote that we were his property. So that when you see a Negro today who's named Johnson, if you go back in his history, you'll find that he was once his grandfather or one of his forefathers was owned by a white man who was named Johnson.
I can't be a Muslim, I love bacon and I hate reading. I started hating everything that I needed in my life. Price tags make me sad, especially when they're attached to my back. Black skin with horrible tan lines. Get in line, you're behind a million men. No Wi-Fi, the email didn't send. Why cry? You should learn how to control your emotions. When I die, no emotion, soul is in the music. Alcohol abuse is not useless. The only black name on Schindler's List. I just hit my shin trying to walk in the dark. My skin is so dark I need 6 filters so you can see me on Instagram. I have a sick mind and have no filter. I'm contagious, outrageous, 8 monkeys out of their cages. All different ages are invited to listen to my music. Use it to figure out a way to do anything differently. Specifically putting on a mask and robbing a bank. Or creative ways to create a shank. I can't think, I'm drawing a blank with an empty pen. My friends don't care if I live or die.
Would you mind telling me what your father's last name was?
My father didn't know his last name. My father got his last name from his grandfather, and his grandfather got it from his grandfather, who got it from the slave master. The real names of our people were destroyed during slavery.
Was there any line, any point in the genealogy of your family when you did have to use the last name, and if so, what was it?
The last name of my forefathers was taken from them when they were brought to America and made slaves. And then the name of the slave master was given, which we refuse. We reject that name today.
You mean you won't even tell me what your father's supposed last name was or gifted last name was?
I never acknowledge it whatsoever.
The drugs are metastasizing the living kidney and it's killing our livers and our kidneys. And we got black men, black women, black children who are on drugs for the greater part of their life. And it's killing their organs. But the doctor ain't telling them that. Because it's all about Wall Street profit. Every psychotropic drug company publicly trades on Wall Street. But it gets deeper than that. When our children are born, what do we give them? We give them baby formula. Isomil, Similac. Did you know that one of the leading baby formulas is made by the same company that makes Depakote, one of the most powerful antipsychotic drugs in America? You mean to tell me you're going to give your newborn baby milk that's made by a psychotropic drug company?
NoEmotion.
And this is what we're doing in our community, and we wonder why our kids are running around crazy. ADHD does not really stand for attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. It really stands for the absence of your daddy from the home disorder. The absence of discipline from the home disorder. 75% of black boys diagnosed with one of the disruptive behavior disorders don't have a father figure in their life. And for the ones who have a father figure in their life, there's no discipline in their life.
My mom was my mom and my dad. My dad was a human bag full of money. My first job was taking out people's trash for $1. I really wanted that black power ring. A stranger on the street taught me how to change my car tire. I don't understand why I'm so depressed depressed and need to get hired. I get hired and then fired because I'm bad at taking orders. Welcome to Wendy's, fuck you, I'm gonna spit in your food. You should eat Checkers or Popeyes and let yourself die. When I slept over my white friend's house, it was crazy that their father was home. The only discipline I received was over the phone. Such great advice to give me nightmares about prison. I'm gonna tell your father that you're not listening. My mom and my aunties was the only ones at my christening. It's not fair that my mom was the only one listening about my ding-a-ling and pubic hair. Puberty hit and I just jerked off everywhere. My favorite uncle was a drug addict. I save all my memories in my heart. Eventually I'm gonna cry about how I wish I had your life. I have no idea about how a man is supposed to treat his wife, but I do understand how to get a side bitch pregnant. I would be a lot better if I at least learned 7 lessons. I got called a nigger for the first time in the city of Weston. I beat his fucking ass and then later we became best friends. Let's end this cycle of destruction. I pick my kids up from school after a hard day of construction. I hope this blunt gets me super high so I can forget about my problem. I speak Ebonics and drink Old English. I tried to have a conversation with my grandpa and he just started yelling about the air conditioner. I taught myself how to shave and only use conditioner.
Drug companies that push and have influenced the American Psychiatric Association to adopt ADHD, conduct disorder, oppositional defiant disorder, and disruptive behavior disorder have a financial stake in seeing black boys misdiagnosed with these disorders. They make $45 billion a year off Wall Street drugging our boys up like this. $45 billion a year off Wall Street drugging our boys up like this. The drugs that they give our boys are identical to the illegal drugs that are sold in the black community.
Resistance is futile. I learned from a Spanish guy how to do tile. I've been a child for a very long time. I wonder if I have sex like my dad did when he was my age. Most of my friends are West Indian and live with their grandparents. Hey, where's your parents at? I don't want to talk about it. Let's play Call of Duty. Boys in the Hood was a good movie for white people. I wish there was a way for me to explain my situation. My parents left me nothing to inherit. My mom taught me how to be kind and loving, but I didn't want to hear it. My mind has always been a little crazy. Maybe the way society raised me. Why do your little children run around like they all have rabies? I know a few good therapists that'll make your kids sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. I let my kids run around until I have to take them to the hospital. I guess being black means my dick is not little. Why are you guys treating credit cards like it's a forbidden god? My plot was written before I was even born. My mom worked super hard to keep me and my brother in a nice white neighborhood. My black family was so jealous and I never understood. I used to love black neighborhoods until I got robbed in a black neighborhood. My life has been pretty good besides a few ugly situations. I know you want justice, but just sit there and keep waiting. Having a good life is only a vision. I don't understand why black people don't have their own religion. I might be rich, but who signs my check?
Remember this. In the world of white supremacy, anything and everything will be used to exterminate you. Black people fail to realize this. What you eat, the drugs you take, the schools your kids go to, the music you listen to, the books you read, in a white supremacist society, anything given to you by the system can and will be used to destroy you and your children. Keep them off the drugs, keep them away from the psychiatrist.
At the very same time that America refused to give the Negro any land,
A freaking American.
through an act of Congress,
Concrete
our
zebra.
government was giving away millions of acres of land in the West and the Midwest.
No emotion.
Which meant that it was willing to undergird its white peasants from Europe with an economic floor. But not only did they give the land, they built land-grant colleges with government money to teach them how to farm. Not only that, they provided county agents to further their expertise in farming. Not only that, they provided low interest rates in order that they could mechanize their farm. Not only that, today many of these people are receiving millions of dollars in federal subsidies not to farm, and they are the very people telling the black man that he ought to lift himself by his own faced with. And this is a reality. Now, when we come to Washington, in this campaign, we're coming to get our check.
Yeah, I want my 40 acres and a donkey. A white girl got King Kong killed. Hancock had the same weakness. Nobody cares who built it, only who paid for it. I have a 2-bedroom apartment and I have to slave for it. I had a Black Panther party and only my white friends showed up. One day this injustice might end. I feel like I could talk about this since it's just us. I only really have 10 fans and you are one of them. Black humor is like a pair of arms, not everybody has them. Black neighborhoods are scary until you get out your car and start making friends. Me and you could be the same, it all depends on where you're at in America. Confederate flags is a red flag for me to stay away from that fag. Gave the country blood, sweat and tears and now we want it back. I am the new Malcolm Luther King X. I hate to seem petty, but all we really want is a check or some sign of appreciation. Why is the policies different for Cubans versus Haitians? Don't say shit, you will die.
Wait a minute, it didn't disappear. You might forget Martin Luther King was assassinated in April. The Poor People's Campaign was supposed to go to Washington in April. So the organization that mobilized it was essentially decapitated and thrown into chaos about 3 weeks before it was supposed to happen.
When my kids have kids and their kids have kids, that's when aliens will come and we could all pick on them. District 9 reminded me of where my grandma used to live. American Indians are the only real Americans. History books are so well written, it's almost like nobody was getting killed. When I was little, me and my cousins got lost in a cotton field. I'ma keep it real, I was crying like a little bitch. And then my grandma showed up and told us that it was haunted by ghosts. Not paranormal ghosts, the normal human ghost. I've seen the most racism in South Carolina. This is just a reminder, I have a lot of white friends and they always crack black jokes. They're gonna laugh so hard when they hear this cotton picking album. Look at my mask, it's golden. Don't ask, who am I? No emotion.
You might forget Martin Luther King was assassinated in April. The Poor People's Campaign was supposed to go to Washington in April. So the organization that mobilized it was essentially decapitated and thrown into chaos about 3 weeks before it was supposed to happen.
Brown-eyed people are the ones who originated or who founded every major religion on this earth. No white people have ever founded a major religion.
Now
you need to realize the contributions that have been made to society, to civilization, by brown-eyed people, by people of color. I'm talking about people of color here, folks. And most of us are not aware of those things because we live in a racist society and because we are educated by a racist school system that only teaches us about white contributions. And that's a fact. And if you don't like it, I'm sorry, but that's the way it is.
I can understand your hatred for me, but you can't understand my love for you. I can understand your hatred for me, but you can't understand my love for you. I can understand your hatred for me, but you can't understand my love for you. I can understand your hatred for me, but you can't understand my love for you. I am more than an African American. I can be more than my father has ever been. Not because of education, because time has allowed acceptance. Every album I've made is a letter from my mind. Wear a mask like V for Vendetta. I'm just trying to hide from the people with all of the power. I'm about to get all of the bitches with these fresh blue contacts. It's like soon as they touched my eyes, I saw the world differently. But the world still looked at me like I was a nigga. I wanna drop out of school and smoke weed with my friends. I can't invent anything as high and drunk as I am. Ideas are bulletproof. Tell that to the man that died before he was able to change the world. Smart man in a casket surrounded by dumb ignorant bastards, living inside of the cracks on the side of a mansion. Sleeping Beauty woke up and became an exotic dancer. I learned how to play Yu-Gi-Oh with my time in prison. Envisioning yourself grow is the first step to evolution. X's in the sky's eyes as it cries pollution. Kill them all is the only solution that Spartacus was able to come up with. After I show you this underground railroad, if you want to turn back, I have to kill you. This life is what we go through. No Goku, nobody to save you. Teach your children about religions and cultures. Stop being so racist in Chinese restaurants. Happy ending massage. Nicki Minaj is the definition of a beautiful black woman. What the fuck is going on with us?
If we would start telling the truth in schools, we would not have racism. We could cure racism in this country. I heard somebody in the green room say that racism is inbred. No, it is not. Racism is not part of the human condition. Racism is a learned response. You have to be taught to be a racist. You are not born racist.
Your grandpa taught you how to say that shit. You have to imagine it if you were told that you were the supreme race and then one day they say they want to be equal. That would make me and a few of my friends get drunk, ride up, and then beat you. What are you talking about? Puff Daddy and 50 Cent is rich as fuck. What more do you want from us? I got in 3 fights in high school just to be able to sit in the back of the bus. I don't know what this dumb bitch was complaining about. Take a pic, I look cool as shit with this gun in my hand and this blunt in my mouth. I don't know who my father is, but if he saw this picture, he would be proud. The crowd is filled with followers because leaders always get shot. Your hatred can be erased. All you need is a taste of love and understanding. Is it your culture or your religion that gives off that horrible smell? Oh well, come here my brother, give me a hug. Can you feel the love? I can understand your hatred for me, but you can't understand my love for you. I can understand your hatred for me, but you can't understand my love for you. I can understand your hatred for me, but you can't understand my love for you. I can understand your hatred for me, but you can't understand my love for you.
Anything else, if you can learn it, you can unlearn it. But people like this choose not to unlearn it because they're afraid they will lose power if they share it with other people. We are afraid of sharing power. That's what it's all about. People, if we would share power, we would empower many people so that we would all be more powerful. What we're dealing here with is mental illness. Racism is mental illness.
American.
You are the ones with the illusions. Why is it that you are so naive? You let people redress something that you invented, sell it back to you, and enslave you through it.
Yeah, I would have been a really good Negro salesman. From when I put on my mask, I have been a hero. Go across the street so I could buy a gyro. Maybe try to eat it on the back of a rhino. Too many subliminal messages, I know. I know that I was destined to be a criminal. I'm alone because I no longer have a best friend. You're only afraid that somebody else will make me happier than you can. When I was a kid, we didn't have pedophiles. We had strangers with candy inside their veins. I'm not an alcoholic, I am a liquor enthusiast. I am being a nigga today and not doing shit. I could give you a ride if you help me pay my car payment. I like going to racist places and being like, hey, wait a second, I'm Jamaican. The galaxy is mine to control. The human soul is being controlled by God and Dr. Scholl. I will hold my own success. I don't trust your dirty ass hands. When I say I'm doing just fine, it means I'm doing fucking horrible. My mom is the oracle from the Matrix. I wanna get strong and then learn how to control my power. Everything in life, every shape comes from the flower. Feed me grapes and tickle my feet. Would you eat my electric pickle? I could sell you your virginity back for a discount. I am in search of inspiration. You could have patience or regret. I am awkwardly awesome. I blow trees like God and Mother Earth on a date. Oh, you don't think that guy is racist? Just wait.
We created peaceful nations that had no word for jail because no one ever gone to one. No word for old people's home because no one ever threw away grandma and grandpa.
Okay, this is Joy from Virginia.
African American.
Yes, I want to say, you're speaking about the changing demographics of the country. The changing demographic is happening before your eyes and that you all are not prepared for it. White women, 5 years ago, you could barely see a commercial on television about white women with black men. White women are changing the demographics by procreating with black men at a rate that we have never seen before.
I was at a segregated high school and went to prom with a white girl. Somebody tell Ebro to stop complaining about being half black, half white. I would like to be able to celebrate two different religions. White culture is to absorb everybody else's culture. When is Macklemore's new album dropping? I just got my food stamps, I'm going shopping. Nothing is stopping me from reaching my success. I get turned on whenever I look at breasts. After being alone for 2 months, I learned how to jerk my dick with no hands. I love how Spanish people dance and how they cook their chicken. I took her to buy waffles and she sucked my dick. I wonder if she loves me or the waffles. I am half Jamaican so I can swim with no goggles. Super rich clown Ronald McDonald.
And we're talking about writing books, we're talking about this, we're talking about that. But if it's true that most black people are democratic, what's going to happen in another 10 years when all of these white women are appropriating with black men? And this is not a negative comment, but I've been in nursing for 33 years. I see it coming in the hospitals every single day. Young white women being impregnated by black men.
I fuck white bitches, then leave them on welfare. When I look back on history, it seems fair. I need to clean this glitter off my bed before my wife comes home. Let's role play. I wanna be Joffrey from Game of Thrones. You would try to stop me if you known how beautiful I am under my mask. White people always ask me if I'm really black. Do you really think that I act like a Caucasian? I believe that I act more Asian. I love Kung Fu. Who am I? A black man with white bitches. I deserve a scholarship for how I eat pussy. Don't put me on that ship. I'm not going back to Africa. I am just a regular African American. I always have to check that box on my applications. Did you get your passport for the slave ship?
And these children are identified as black. No one is addressing the issue that the white population is dwindling, and it's dwindling at the hands of the white woman.
Well, I would see it another way. I would say that the white women, in a large majority, are not even having children at all. They're too busy having fun, which is why you see white girls with baby carriages with dogs in them, for example, in New York City or San Francisco, which is why you see Caucasian women not even wanting to have children anymore. So I would say that's as much a part of the picture as anything else, Joy.
A freaking
Yes,
American.
Please do, because, we sit around, the doctors, nurses, we all sit around because we see this coming into the hospitals in groves. And it's a problem with health care because a lot of the times these young white women are not marrying the men. They're pretty much, I hate to say this, but they're pretty much falling into the category of what has happened to black women all along.
Right now, the unemployment rate among black males ages 16 and 19. 57%. 57%. It's 25% for white males that age. Overall black unemployment, 14%. White unemployment, 6.6. The reason? In many poor neighborhoods, there's chaos, violence, and little discipline in the public schools. Kids aren't learning. Also, with the African-American out-of-wedlock birth rate at 73%, many young blacks are unsupervised and prone to imitate bad behavior, like what Lil Wayne puts out.
N-I-double-G-E-R, we are a word with no definition. Listen, N-I-double-G-E-R, we are a word with no definition. Listen, N-I-double-G-E-R, we are a word with no definition. Listen, N-I-double-G-E-R, we are a word with no definition. Yeah. Last night I had a dream that I found a job. I woke up to my answering machine saying, I'm sorry Hakeem, the position has been filled. I don't want to work in an office and stand by a copy machine. I am a man, I want to learn how to build something. Why the fuck do I have to take a drug test to clean porta potties? I'm just gonna keep selling drugs, I have no more patience. Fuck that, I'm not cooking no food or wearing an apron. I don't even have a manager yet, but I already hate him. For a real nigga, going to work every day is very unusual. I don't wanna work in a call center, in some bitch ass cubicle. I wanna get injured and collect workers' comp. I do not want a broom, and I definitely don't want to mop. I hate everybody, I don't want to work in the public. I don't want to push carts at Winn-Dixie or Publix. How do you go to work every day and love it? Why do that when your government gives you enough money to barely survive? Mom, could you please stop bringing me applications from the gas station? I would be a door greeter at Walmart if I was crippled. I've been on the internet for so long I forgot how to use a pencil. You would think life without a job is really hard, but it's really not. Your Uncle Charlie would pay you to sweep up hair in his barber shop. Get a good government job at the post office. The only thing on Craigslist is a list of motherfuckers that don't want to hire me. You're wrong, you're firing me because I'm black, and not because I come to work late every day. This is why I don't have a job. Every time I work, you crackers is telling me what to do. I quit, I'm about to buy a pound of some kush. Fuck that, I'ma buy 2 pounds. I have a job doing community service for free now. N-I-double-G-E-R, we are a word with no definition. N-I-double-G-E-R, we are a word with no definition. Yeah.
The white supremacists sometimes themselves say, you know what? A lot of black people were here before we got here. We came out of caves. We came out of caves like it was 5 minutes ago. We just got here 5 minutes ago. You black people have been here on the planet for zillions of years. But boy, look at us now. So what does that say about you?
Control. Black people matter. White people matter more. I am mad at the store for not thinking I could afford what Jay-Z wore to the Grammy. Me and my family act like best friends that are mad at each other. In the future, Kanye West is my president. Gentrification made me move to a new residence. My shoes are filled with class and elegance. I am last in line waiting for my time to be happy. I'm teaching my little black kid how to do their taxes. Shut up, you arrogant piece of asparagus. Why do prostitutes have a fear of a black dick? Do gay people jerk their dick when they watch UFC? Don't try to be me, it'll make you look stupid. My love made me assed out just like Cupid. I left my weed inside of a Rubik's Cube. Figure it out if you wanna get high, dude. Sometimes I flirt, sometimes I fuck. Do you know what time it is? You don't wanna know the truth about what Christopher Columbus did. I am not a compass, just tell me left or right. I am a god, and my bed is my shrine. I might lose my mind if I give it my best. I am a passenger, don't ask me how to drive. My best pickup line is, hey girl, I wanna spend some time with you butt-ass naked. That's racist.
And they got a point there. They got a point there. See, it's not like how long you have been here. It's what you do while you've been here. That's what counts.
Yeah.
Any teacher in any classroom will tell you that. That's pure mathematical logic. A teacher will walk into a classroom and say, Willie, how long have you been in this school? In the first grade. And Willie will say,
Control. I don't know how to read cause my school didn't have any books. It's scary when a woman looks at you like you're her entire world. I desire 1 woman and 100 girls. Lies cannot defeat fact. Did you know polar bears have white fur, but their skin is black? Yes sir, I'm with her. I'm black and she's white. Times have changed. I fell in love when she started fighting about Dreamcast being the best game console. My soul needs a lot of consoling. I am an angry elf, lost in life trying to find drugs. I am more than the plug. I am the surge protector. I was a little black nerd, always drinking surge. With her, I have absurd amounts of mouth sex. Yes, I'm black and I can't catch condoms on. I never catch STDs. She left me at the restaurant after she saw my bottle of lube and condoms on our first date. I can't understand why your race is filled with hate. Pro tip, drink water when you do drugs. Know this, if you spread love, somebody will kill you. When she's sucking my dick, it's like watching a koala eat. And your vagina is like the upper echelon of Scientology. You should acknowledge me for my character.
And Willie will say, I've been here in the first grade since I was 6 years old. And I'm 32 now. What does that say about Willie? And here comes little Johnny. And he spends 10 minutes in the first grade. And after 10 minutes, he's ready to graduate into postgraduate college. Why? Because that's what we're really saying. When black people start getting on that high horse and talk about how long they've been here. See, it's not how long you've been here. People can sit on a rock for millions of years. That doesn't count for anything.
I can raise my kids by myself. That's what you said. Even though you didn't raise them by yourself, you had welfare to help you.
American.
You sided with white liberal welfare policies that told you, listen, in order for us to give you welfare, that guy can't be in the home.
A freaking American.
So he's got to go. How he survives is on him. We don't even care. Only thing we care about him is to pay that monthly obligation.
Concrete zebra.
We don't give a fuck if he has a relationship with them kids. We don't care if he comes to see those kids. We don't care if he disciplines those kids. We don't care if he talks to those kids. Teachers, we don't give a fuck. Just as long as he pays his monthly obligation, we cool. And black bitch, you agree with that. So off you went to rear your boys alone. Now, black woman, your chickens have come home to roost. We see the fruits of your labor. You said you can rear these boys into manhood and you haven't done it. This is the reason why you see prancing. It's no surprise. It was inevitable. And it's only the tip of the iceberg. It's gonna get a lot worse than this.
My mother moved us to South Florida and left my dad in New York. Who started the story of the storks dropping babies? A single parent has raised me. I turned out just fine. But my next door neighbor had the same situation and turned out crazy. Maybe you should give an equal amount of love and discipline. You have become such a distant friend. I don't think you see my worth. My birth was celebrated by the entire earth. I made it to America on a Michelin tire. Let's set fire to all of our government buildings and live like a third world country. I'm thirsty. I'm hungry. I need a new iPhone. I don't want to talk about your loan for your new home, cause I'm still paying my rent. I want some green tomato sauce from Black Jesus. Don't talk to me like that. I'm your boss. You go get the screws and all of the tools. I cannot be what you want me to be. I apologize. You're pretty tall. You're not the normal Mexican size. My Mexican side chick makes me sopes with El Pastor. Open the door. It's the CIA. They have more drugs for you to sell. Black people.
But it's your fault, black heifer. But you got lame, weak, milquetoast black men who don't have balls. Who can't stand these females in their face and tell them, listen, this is your fault. You did this.
If my side chick has children, does that mean I have side kids? You should sign up to be my sidekick. I'll make you wear a silver mask. I know an electrician named Silk the Shocker. Your doctor said you had hereditary diarrhea because it runs in your genes. All those dudes with really tight jeans, that's your team. Being black at night makes my mother worry. I bury all of my negative thoughts, especially that time I was molested. My mother used to buy me a lot of Captain Crunch, government assistance, and free lunch in high school. Some of my half-brothers have mothers that are drug addicts. Sad to see how you live, all you own is a mattress. This vampire gothic chick just bit my dick. You can pick to live your dreams or live your nightmare. It seems they were all attacked by a bear. My dead grandma visits me in my sleep and tells me to cut my hair. I just want to have kids with a girl that could cook and doesn't have any felonies. You don't have the rhythm to find the melody. I just realized I always have a bottle of tequila in my backpack on me. Don't pick on me because I have Lunchables for a snack. Being black will give you a lot of obstacles.
Just like Trayvon Martin and his mom, when she kicked him out the house for the third time, he wouldn't go stay with the daddy because she couldn't control the nigga no more.
Look at my man.
That's the only time the black female wants to get the father involved, is when she can't handle his son. Once he grows too big and he's not listening to her anymore, she wants the daddy to come in and play father.
Don't ask.
But the boy ain't gonna listen to him because you've been telling him all while he's been growing up, your daddy ain't shit.
No emotion.
So now you want him to listen to this man who you said ain't shit?
Concrete zebra.
No, black female, your chickens have come home to roost.
A freaking American.
And I know you Negroes don't like this, but you can't deconstruct it.
African American.
The fact of the matter is, when you look at the dysfunction in the black community, when you look at the dysfunction of this Negro male in 2015, the only place that we can start and place that blame is with this black female. She sided with the feminist movement. She sided with welfare policies, both of which fucked up the black family, kicked the man out the house. And now we see the fruits of your labor.
The reason you don't know these stories is there's no one to tell you these stories. Like Dave Chappelle was decapitated in front of us. Until we deal with the fact that a devout Muslim who doesn't eat bacon was accused of being a crackhead. Until we establish the fact that they said that he went to Africa to smoke cocaine when we know they don't have running water and food.
From the future, reincarnated Dave Chappelle. Made in America, made in hell. I sell air conditioners and wishing well. You might as well use a little bit of discretion. You will never see NoEmotion wear a dress. Let's find another hotel. This one is on Martin Luther King Street. I'm having a really bad streak in fantasy football. I adopted a black cat and I call him William. Let's build him up to tear him down like terrorists on 9/11. I speak 2 languages. I speak street and I speak job interview. Let the spirit enter you vaginally. Now imagine me being your Lord and Savior. Magneto versus Xavier. Let's all get along. Let's kill them all. I smoke a bong that's the same size as my shin bone. Old white people say they love my black jokes. Truly different strokes for a white man raising 2 black kids in a rich neighborhood. Look at my mask, is my NoEmotion mantra. Don't contradict yourself. It's hard to be who you are when the whole world is watching. The only black guy in the mosh pit.
When they don't have paved roads over there, you saying he flew past Chicago and Miami and LA and New York and Detroit. You saying he went past Cleveland and Fort Pierce, Florida, and he went past Okeechobee and Oakland. You saying he went to another country where they not. You talking about somebody who has a wife and children, 5 children, and lives on a farm, doesn't live here in Hollywood. You saying you convince people that person was an insane crackhead, and he hasn't been on movies and TV for 8 years? Is that correct? Okay, then don't tell me about what you want to tell me about. I just watched you decapitate the king in front of me, and then act like he's supposed to catch up and be a regular comedian like everybody else.
You might like me today, but what about tomorrow? The other day I let a stranger borrow my hood pass. Are you ever gonna take off your mask? Don't ask, don't make me go beast mode on that ass. I appreciate that a lot of humans like me. The worst thing you could do is call a person crazy. Maybe I would be different if I never watched Above the Rim. My nigga then needs a new white friend. I put an ad on Craigslist. Yes, my music is quite disturbing. Name your price and never go under or over it. I'm not gonna lie, me and T.I. are a little chauvinistic. Oh, you thought that was cool? Nigga, let me show you this shit. I can't wait to get rich and watch the people in my life change. I just wanna have fun and make money doing it. I can admit I'm a sex addict, a drug addict, and I'm a little bit racist. Oh my god, you're so basic. Basically, you're another race, so stay away from me. Ew, I can't believe you had sex with a girl from another planet. You're an African American, that's an unfair advantage. Your vantage point scoping life is better than mine.
That's not how it went. He was out there with us for 20 years. They called him Pilot Boy because he had 19 pilots in Hollywood and everybody passed on him and said his show wasn't working.
What do you think of
Then when he made $500 million, they said even though his contract said he should get half of it, they said he made too much for the contract to be valid, so we'll offer you 10% of what you made. You mean he made $500 million and they offered him 50? Yes. And he said, what do you think my fans are gonna say when they find out you offered me 10% of what I made you? And they said, your fans will believe that you're a crazy crackhead by the time you get home.